my beliefs. And I want to clear the air and say that, for the record, I am a zoophile. I did not mishear that. I am a zoophile. You are willing to stay and listen to my view and
No.
This person was them comparing being a zoophile to the LGBT community, and them comparing those two in any way, shape, or form is just fucking ridiculous.
And even pushing it aside of, well, go ahead and do research and see what is safe or what's not. A child still does not have the mental capacity to go through with sex safely.
Okay, so that very last part I disagree with, but
Happy Zoo Furry Pride!
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another documentary style video. So I think I'm just gonna do this from now on instead of reaction commentary or anything. Instead I just want to do documentaries on past dramas, and I don't really know if I want to like do videos on drama that's happening now, just because I don't want to end up being a part of the drama at all. But I might report on new things that would be happening, like on Twitter with big YouTubers and stuff. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to documenting the past dramas. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that intro. These intros are really hard to make because the editing software I'm using is not the best software to use. But yeah, without that being said, roll the actual intro.
The truth.
Yo, what's up guys? My name is Jackson, or Jax for short, and today we're going to be talking about a person named Hypnotist Sappho, the name of a person who will be remembered as the most disgusting human being to roam the internet. A person who tried to make zoophilia and pedophilia a real sexuality. She is a disgusting human being, and that isn't just an opinion, it's a fact. But who is Hypnotist Sappho anyway? Hypnotist Sappho's real name is Valerie, and she is a content creator who is 22 years old. She would record hypnotic therapy sessions in VR chat and post them to her now gone YouTube channel. But of course, there are archive channels. She was supposedly in the Air Force as an IT technician, but that is no longer the case. The reason is unknown. But at the time being, before all the drama, she wasn't disliked, and actually people found comfort in her content and her voice, and even went as far as to calling her mommy. Not in the weird way, surprisingly. Well, not entirely at least. And was doing pretty okay for herself. But until one day, she posted a video titled, "Coming Out About Things." On September 1st of 2021, Hypnotist Sappho quote-unquote came out as a zoophile, aka a person who claims to be sexually and romantically attracted to animals. Yeah, gross. She posted a video over 30 minutes long of her explaining why it's okay and should be normalized. Clearly, everyone, or nearly everyone, found this video sickening. She goes to even compare zoophilia to the Holocaust and when gay people were coming out in the 1960s, which is absolutely absurd. As expected, this caused many people to try and track her location, and get as much information on her as possible to dox her. Some did this with malicious intent, and others just wanted her put away in jail. She would go on to battle all of Twitter to try and defend herself for her disgusting fetish, and even being supported by other people that claimed to be fellow Zoophiles, and to make things worse, the people who came to her defense were also minors. Some of them, at least. The events Sappho caused with this one video would begin to spiral into a horrible domino effect, leading to things involving people's supposed deaths, all that starting because of her disgusting fetish. Hypnotist Sappho made multiple tweets laughing at her haters and even posting this TikTok video in response to all the hate. Quick warning, if you are vulnerable to death by cringe, then I recommend skipping because I actually threw up because of the levels of cringe shown in this video. You have been warned.
Hypnotist Sappho
Dog fucker.
has joined your lobby.
No, stop, no, shut up! Yeah. Not only that song's ruined for me, I think I might have lost my appetite for any kind of food. Sappho seems to introduce herself as dog fucker, which really doesn't help her case whatsoever, but go off, I guess. Sappho would begin to take interest in Zooier Than Thou, a podcast where Zoophiles try to explain why it's okay to want to fuck animals. She also would go on to make an attempt to open her own non-profit organization for zoophilia rights, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, so stick around to find out more about that. She would go into Twitter stages arguing with people, and she would be very immature about it. Take a look.
Hi, I am actually a studying psychologist / therapist. I mainly focus on the human service part of psychology and therapy in general, so I focus on like the whole mental aspect of it. And Sappho, I've been made very aware of your quote-unquote work of hypnotherapy, or what you like to call it as your version. So my first, I guess, question is that if you supposedly went through all the steps to get this degree and to get this teaching to become a hypnotherapist, then, or at least to perform hypnotherapy on younger children and anyone in general, because you do need a license to do that from, a real place, then you would completely know about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, along with Pygat's stages of cognitive development. So my question is, if you know about these, then why do you continue to say that dogs and animals alike are mature enough to consent? Because technically, by Pygat's stages of cognitive development, if you go by that, the dogs relate to the sensor motor stage, which is between the ages of basically newborn to 2, and this is basically where newborns respond, basic behavior, babbling, whatever. And the most important is object permanence. And even though you should know what that means, but I doubt you do, object permanence.
Try not to attack them, please.
Yeah,
Don't or attack them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
I'm very...
17-year-olds, don't lecture me, okay? You're not a PhD student who has written research papers on this stuff. So don't claim or act like you have any authority over this subject, first of all.
Please don't.
Second of all,
I know you don't like it, but please don't attack
you know nothing about hypnotherapy or hypnosis. Like, that is
I actually know a lot.
Okay.
Hold on, Sappho, listen. I do actually know a lot about it because I was honestly debating between art therapy or hypnotherapy, and if you know about hypnotherapy, then you would know the main reason why people suggest hypnotherapy towards patients, and it's not to convince people that they're zoophiles. It's more of to help people with phobias or like
to help with social anxiety or PTSD and stuff. Yeah, I know.
Exactly. So then,
are you indicating that I'm turning people into zoos doing hypnotherapy?
Excuse me. I was still speaking, and you kind of rudely interrupted me. So even though I am technically 17 and you're 21, I'm still acting more mature in this situation.
This person's under 18. Why the hell are they even in here?
At the beginning, when we let you in, said that it's more about a maturity thing.
Yes, so you have to be mature to be a speaker.
And I am being.
Honestly, props to that girl for knowing all of that. I find it really irritating that the entire time Sappho is just being a dick about everything, and not only that, started interrupting the girl. And yes, she is using hypnotherapy to convince people that they're zoophiles. She also does that to kids, which is grooming. But other than that, Sappho looked like an absolute fool for the whole video and had yet to prove her point. Sappho would be absolutely clowned on for videos like that surfacing on the For You page of TikTok. She would garner a lot of attention and she would brag about it even if it's negative. That's just what she wanted, at first. But then as things got worse, she would then realize people don't say careful for what you wish for no reason. When Hypnotist Sappho did hypnotic therapy on VR chat, it would sometimes turn sexual as she had a fetish for hypnotism and hypnotic eyes. During these sexual sessions, they would mostly involve a minor. Well, sometimes. She was grooming a minor for a while, and when they realized what they were doing with Sappho was wrong, they would go and leak DMs between the two. Sappho would notice this and call them out in DMs. She would go to say, alright then I guess, so you are going to try to go against my reputation, apparently conspiring with Bandit. Basically trying to flip the situation on him and make herself seem like the victim. This wouldn't be her first offense. She's apparently dated minors on Twitter and TikTok. Matter of fact, she would make videos with one of the minors she dated on TikTok. Check for yourself.
Hi TikTok, I'm here with Sappho.
And we wanted to say Happy Zoo Furry Pride! There we go.
Yeah, that was extremely fucking awkward. Anyway, that kid in the video is a minor and was 14 at the time of that recording. Of course, things between them ended, but that wouldn't stop her because eventually a new character would get introduced into Chapter 3 of this drama. That being a girl named Julia. Hypnotist Sappho claimed a girl named Julia had ended her own life due to the hate of being a zoophile, when in actuality, she had her phone taken away by her parents and was grounded. But according to Sappho, Julia had taken her own life. This was a publicity stunt to garner sympathy so people would be more kinder to zoophiles, which didn't exactly go to plan. Because when anti-zoos heard about this, they would actually celebrate, saying things like "Rip Bozo" and "Rest in shit." Now, me personally, I wouldn't celebrate the death of a young girl even if she were a zoophile, because you have to remember, she's a minor and was being groomed into this disgusting group of people. But she isn't dead, actually, and she's actually perfectly fine. She would prove she's alive with 2 videos. Meanwhile, Sappho is on Twitter sending a picture of an angel to her and showing her messages to her followers to try and get pity from her haters. When she found out Julia was speaking out, she panicked and said that it was because Julia was hacked, and that she's still dead, and that her parents even invited her to Julia's funeral. That would end up bringing the Julia situation to basically a conclusion, and Sappho would continue to make things worse for herself by quote-unquote coming out as a MAP, or in other words, a pedophile. For those who don't know, MAP stands for Minor Attracted Person. She would then try to defend that in Twitter stages, and of course would be made fun of and make herself look dumb, like always.
And even pushing it aside of, well, go ahead and do research and see what is safe or what's not. A child still does not have the mental capacity to go through with sex safely.
Okay, so that very last part I disagree with, but I'm trying to wrap everything together that you were saying. Okay, so I think that the kink community and the zoosexual community are very, very, very different. I don't think that kink is like a sexual orientation. Zoosexuality is like we see.
There are even screen recordings of these stages of her masturbating and moaning into her mic, which I'm going to spare you of having to hear that, which I was not spared of that. So I'm doing you a major favor here. And in those stages, they would say 18 plus, but that wasn't ever the case as there were minors inside of it, and she was fully aware of it and was fine with it. She would also post cup porn on her NSFW Twitter account. And if you don't know what cup porn is, it's porn of a baby canine, so it's exactly what it sounds like. Gross. She would also post and look at the child and cub porn categories on a site called e621.net, aka a furry porn site. She would tweet about how kids can consent and argue with other people about it for weeks. Things would begin to get really out of hand to the point where she said screw it and made a really poor attempt at making a non-profit organization for Zoophiles.
A brisa vem tomar eu no teu olhar, uma estrela no céu. Sinto teu desejo a querer o teu beijo e na rua uma lua de mel, de mel.
OZA, or in full words, Organized Zoosexual Advocates, or Zeta North America, is the names of Sappho's sad attempt at making her disgusting fetish normalized across the country. But due to legal trouble, let's just say she didn't get her way and it blew up in her face. Just to make a long story short, here's a couple of screenshots of things not going her way. So, enjoy this beautiful slideshow.
Damn son, these bitches want some. Hey Freddie, can I no bitch you fucking dumb. Damn son, these bitches want some. Hey Freddie, can I no bitch you fucking dumb. Hello bitch, what you want? Hitting up my phone on some bullshit, huh? Think I give a damn about a silly on gram. Bitch, I'm gonna rob you, bitch, I'm on a man. Don't wanna suck, man, don't give a fuck. Run your shit, slut, don't give a nut.
Sappho would start tweeting out that she would be going to a psych ward and was gonna get help to change her ways. After that, it was silence. After weeks, turning into months of countless drama, Sappho vanished and was also deplatformed. All of her social medias were banned, and she was gone. It was silent. It was over.
Oops, psych. Bitch, you thought. Ha! Yeah, you thought it was over, didn't you? You thought it was over. Guess what? You're wrong! Dumbass!
Oh, this one? It's an impim.
Okay.
It's in the Neos Essentials under, let's see, avatars, anthro, impim. There we go.
So I saw it in VR chat like a couple times, but I just didn't know the name for it.
Yeah, they're called impims, or
I think I know why you like impims.
Yeah,
chicken legs.
I think it's
no, it's not the chicken legs. It's because all of the ones in VR chat have some sort of hypnosis spiral.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I actually made one. I made like a dragon fruit themed one before.
Unfortunately, these ones don't have it. We'd have to do that custom.
Yeah, that's too much work.
Battery.
Yeah, a lot of logic.
Sappho ended up getting spotted in VR chat and in another game similar to VR chat. She was back, but trying to still keep a low profile, until eventually she was actually gone. People began spreading rumors that she took her own life due to the mass amount of hate. Everyone did what was expected. They mourned her death. Wait, No, wait, hold on. Oh, sorry. No, I misread that. Everyone fucking celebrated. People were happy that she would finally be gone forever, because she would no longer abuse animals, which she said she has done before with her dog, so that's horrific, and would no longer promote her disgusting behavior to kids on the internet. Until now. Why is she back? Recently, a Twitter account with her name would appear into the internet, and she would go to post on a new YouTube channel. She's back, and might have not learned her lesson, and we might end up seeing a season 2 to the Hypnotist Sappho saga. Sappho's reputation has been stomped into the ground, pissed on, spat on, shot at, shit on, stomped on again, picked up, thrown off a cliff, ran over, blown up, and flushed down the drain. And I doubt she'll ever recover from the absolute ratio she's been hit with, but who knows. After all of that drama, she has yet to change the mind of anti-zoos, and she ruined her life for basically no reason, as her face has been seen by everyone, and her voice is pretty easy to remember, so she's gonna have a hard time walking out the house. At the end of the day, I hope nothing good for Sappho, as she's a disgusting individual, but I don't hope for harassment. Yes, even though she's a horrible person, that doesn't mean you need to be a worse one, so please don't go and actively attack her, as it's not cool and not worth giving her the attention. The best way to make her life more miserable is to not give her any attention, because this entire drama was just that. She wanted the fame no matter if it was love or hate. Anyway, I've been Jackson, and until next time, stay hot.
I am a zoophile.